Hi, scientist friends. Welcome to Science and Stories. Hello to everyone, and how are you today? We've come to our science time to laugh and sing and play. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. So roll your hands as slow as they'll go. And roll your hands so fast. Give your hands a clap, clap, clap. And lay them in your lap, lap, lap. Let's check out the science bag today. It's right down here. Oh my goodness. It's really heavy. I wonder what's inside. Do you have any ideas? When scientists are wondering, sometimes they use all of their senses to investigate. Let's do that. Let's use our eyes to see, our ears to hear. We'll use our nose to smell and our mouth to taste, and then we'll use our fingers to touch. And then we'll learn so much. Are you ready? We use our eyes. Check it out. Look closely and observe. You can notice the size of what's in here. You could also notice and see me kind of struggle to lift it up. It's heavy. You can also tell it's heavy when I try and throw it up in the air. If it's heavy, do you think it will fly straight up to the ceiling and float down? Or do you think it'll come down with a thud? Watch closely. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was a thud, and I couldn't throw it up very high because it's so heavy. Listen with your ears. I'm going to knock on it, and we'll decide if it's hard or soft. Does this sound like I'm knocking on a soft pillow or a door or a rock or a table? What do you think? It's hard, sort of like this table is hard too. Yeah, you can tell the shape, right? By looking. I'll give it a sniff and let you know if it smells. I'm picking up a smell. It smells like something that might grow in my garden. It's round, it's heavy, it has a sort of earthy smell. Should we taste it? We might be able to taste it once we get it out of the bag. What do you think it is? Do you have an idea? We've used all of our senses. Now, do you want to make a prediction about what I'm going to pull out of the bag? Go ahead. You can say it real loud. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see if you're right. Here we go. Ta-da! Did you guess? Did you make the right prediction? Or did it surprise you? Surprises are good too. Yeah, it's a pumpkin. I went to the pumpkin patch this weekend and I picked this pumpkin from the patch right off the vine. And it got me thinking, how do you grow a pumpkin? Have you ever grown a pumpkin at your house, in your garden? How does that happen? How do you grow a pumpkin? That's a good science question. I want to know more about that. Let's do some research. I've got a great book today for us to do our science research. Pumpkin by Jeannie Titherington. It starts like this. Jamie planted a pumpkin seed. This must be Jamie. Right here. And this must be the seed. Jamie planted a pumpkin seed. And the pumpkin seed grew a pumpkin sprout. And the pumpkin sprout grew a pumpkin plant. And the pumpkin plant grew a pumpkin flower. And the pumpkin flower grew a pumpkin. What color is that little pumpkin? And the pumpkin grew. And grew. And grew. Until Jeannie picked it. Then Jeannie scooped out the pumpkin pulp, carved a pumpkin face, and put it in the window. But he saved 6 pumpkin seeds for planting in the spring. The end. So how did Jeannie grow that pumpkin? What did he start with? Do you remember? Did he start with a seed? And then what happened next? Let's take a look. If we want to grow a pumpkin, we need to start with a seed. I'm going to put the seed right up here at the top. Do you remember from our research what came next after the seed? Once the seed was planted down in the dirt, what grew? Was it a pumpkin right out of the seed? No, it was a little plant. Do you remember that from the story? There was a little ladybug on top. So the little sprout grows from the pumpkin seed. And then as the sprout grows, it sends out vines. Do you remember that? And more vines. And more vines. And then what happens next? Do you remember that a flower blooms on the vine? A yellow flower. And then if a bumblebee visits the flower and brings some pollen, a pumpkin will grow. The flower starts to fade and the pumpkin begins to grow. It's green at first. And then what color did it turn? Yeah, it turned orange. And then the pumpkin grew and grew until it was a great big pumpkin ready to pick. And remember, Jamie picked it and then he carved it and put it in his window. Are you going to carve a pumpkin and put it in your window? So where did Jamie get his seed? His pumpkin seed? Did it come from the store? Where did the store get the seed? Actually, I think Jamie got his seed from his pumpkin. So if you have a pumpkin, where are the seeds? Is it inside? If I open up my pumpkin, do you think I will find seeds in here? Will I find just one seed? Maybe 2? Let's open it up and see what we find. Oh, that's surprising. It's very slimy. Look at all those seeds. Oh my gosh, they're falling out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. There's more inside, look. From one pumpkin. I think there's hundreds of seeds in here. How many pumpkin plants can I grow with hundreds of seeds? Hundreds of pumpkin plants. And if I plant them all, each plant will grow how many pumpkins? So I could grow hundreds of pumpkin plants, and each plant grows just one pumpkin, do you think? Or do you think I could grow this many pumpkins from one pumpkin plant? How many pumpkins do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you think one pumpkin plant could grow 5 pumpkins? I think so. I know a song about 5 little pumpkins. Do you know that one? Sing it with me if you do. It goes like this. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. First one says, oh my, it's getting late. Second one says, there's witches in the air. Third one said, but we don't care. Fourth one said, let's run and run and run. Fifth one says, I'm ready for some fun. Ooh, went the wind and out went the lights, and the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Where are they? There they are. Sing that with me one more time. Are you ready? 5 little pumpkins sitting on the gate. First one said, oh my, it's getting late. Second one said, there's witches in the air. Third one said, but we don't care. Fourth one said, let's run and run and run. Fifth one said, we're ready for some fun. Ooh, went the wind and out went the lights, and the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. I'm going to save some seeds for my pumpkins this year and see if I can grow pumpkins in my garden next year. You should try it too. I'll see you next time. Bye.